West Brom beat Chelsea last weekend. If they could beat Sunderland today, it would leapfrog them into third in the table. And who's to say they can't stay there? Johnny Phillips reports.
Boaz Myhill was the star panellist at Show Races and the Red Cards Forum at High Clare School in Sutton Coldfield this week. The Baggies keeper has been thrust into the limelight in the last two games, and on Saturday his performance was excellent as Albion recorded their finest win of the season so far, although no one is getting carried away just yet.
I think it's quite a modest club, really. Especially during the time I've been there, we've never really had any characters within the playing squad who kind of shout out from the top of the houses that we're this, we're that, we're the other. And I think the minute that we start doing that, we'll get found out.
What do you think's been the key to the success this season?
Teamwork, good shape, organisation, and obviously the strength of any football club is, as you've seen at the weekend and throughout the course of the season, the strength of the players who have to come in when the manager can't pick his first 11.
Steve Clarke's first stint as manager couldn't have started better, after it seemed his coaching days were destined to be played out in the number 2 role.
He is a very level-headed, kind of modest guy, and he won't tolerate, I think, anything other than that from his players, and I think that's a really good quality, and he's the kind of manager that you can't help but like and want to do well for, and that's reflected in the performances so far this season.
Because he's worked with some big clubs and big names, hasn't he? Has he brought touches of that to the team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially in the first weeks of pre-season, we spent a lot of afternoons in hotels doing double sessions and stuff like that. I think that was taken from other people he'd worked with before. Obviously, you can't help but absorb information and tactical knowledge from some of the great managers who he's worked with and at the great football clubs that he's worked for. I've also experienced racism towards other people, and it's obviously really upsetting. You don't understand why people are doing it. Hopefully through schemes like this we can try to come up with ways of educating people.
They've set the bar really high in these opening months of the season. It's going to be tough to sustain, isn't it?
It is, but it's a great challenge for us. I mean, what is being promoted at the minute is when you get in the team, do well, you'll keep your place, and that's kind of reflected again. Everybody wants to keep their place, everybody wants to do well, and we want to keep things going because it's nice. It's great to have people talking about it. It's great to turn up and do interviews and where people say, oh, how far can you go, as opposed to can you stay in the league, etc, etc. So we know that if we get ahead of ourselves that we could possibly get found out and it could be detrimental on our results, and we don't want to. We want to keep things going the way they are, and it's a great challenge for us to sustain this form to the end of the season.
And the Welsh international keeper has every right to savour these good times.
And they are good times for West Brom. And Paul, you watched them last week against Chelsea. Myhill did pretty well, didn't he?
He was outstanding. He was at Aston Villa with me when he was a young lad, and good goalkeeper. A good goalkeeper. And fair play to him. He's behind Foster, who's been absolutely outstanding. And to come in after not playing for a long time, you could easily be one of them people going, oh, I'm coming in, you know, I'll be out as soon as he's fit. He was outstanding. He's a good shot stopper. He's a confident lad, and you know, I'm well pleased for him. And Chelsea had chances last week, Jeff, but you're always going to have chances when you're losing 2-1. Teams push forward, they throw everybody on, and they take a chance. But you know, I thought West Brom were outstanding, and they've been outstanding all season.